It all started with a quiet morning, sunlight spilling through tall glass windows, the soft clinking of dishes, and the smell of freshly brewed coffee drifting through the air. No one could have guessed that by the end of that day, a waitress would change the fate of a man the whole world thought didn't have a heart. If you believe kindness still exists, take a second to like this video, subscribe to Kindness Thread, and share your thoughts below, because your words might touch someone's heart today. The camera opens inside a small yet elegant restaurant in downtown New York. Oak chairs, white tablecloths, sunlight shimmering on half-filled glasses. At one corner, a man in a tailored black suit scrolls through his phone, shoulders tight, eyes tired. His name, Ethan Cole, billionaire CEO of a global tech empire. To the world, he's untouchable. To those who've met him, he's cold. But to the waitress refilling his coffee cup, he just looks lonely. She's Maya, 28, hair tied neatly in a bun, wearing a crisp white shirt and black apron, just another face in the morning rush. Yet, there's something different about her calm, something focused, deliberate. "Another refill, sir?" she asks softly. Ethan barely nods. "Sure, and make it strong." Her smile is brief but genuine. "You look like you've had a long week." He glances up for a moment, surprised. People don't usually talk to him. Something like that, he mutters. "Coffee helps," she says, walking away, unaware that in a few minutes she'll save his life. The door swings open. 5 men in black burst inside, masks covering their faces, automatic weapons raised. The restaurant freezes. Chairs crash, people scream, and the air fills with the sound of shattered glass. "Everybody down," one of them shouts. Ethan, instinct kicks in, not courage but shock. He freezes halfway to the ground. Then, chaos. One of the gunmen steps toward Ethan's table. "Mr. Cole," he growls, "you should have paid attention to the..." Warning. Ethan's pulse races. He realizes this isn't random. It's a hit. The gunman cocks his weapon, but before he can fire, something unexpected happens. A silver tray flies through the air, smashes straight into the gunman's wrist. The gun falls, clattering to the floor. Everyone turns. It's Maya. The same quiet waitress who'd just poured his coffee stands now, steady as a soldier, eyes fierce. "Get down!" she yells at Ethan. He stumbles behind a table. The masked men whirl toward her, shouting. Maya moves fast, too fast for a waitress. A twist, a grab, a perfect disarm. She slams another attacker into a chair, sending plates crashing. For a moment, time slows. Sunlight catching the flying dust, fragments of shattered glass hanging in the air like tiny stars. Ethan can't believe what he's seeing. In the confusion, Ethan crawls toward the counter, breath ragged. 2 attackers flank Maya. She grabs a metal pot lid, blocks a punch, spins, and strikes. The sound of impact echoes. The 3rd man fires. The bullet grazes a wine bottle, spraying red liquid across the white walls. Maya ducks, rolls, and sweeps his legs. Silence for a beat. Then one of the fallen men groans. Ethan stares, speechless. He whispers, "Who are you?" Maya doesn't answer. She just says, "Stay low." Outside, sirens are faint in the distance. Inside, 3 men are down, 2 escaping through the back. Maya grabs Ethan's hand. "We have to move!" They rush through the kitchen, past boiling pots and trembling cooks. Ethan's mind spins. This woman just fought armed men like a trained operative. As they stop by the back exit, she checks the alley, scanning like someone who's done this before. Finally, she says, "It's clear, come on." They step out into the cold air. Later, as the police swarm the restaurant, Ethan sits on the curb, still shaking. Maya stands nearby, arms crossed, trying to stay calm. A detective approaches. "Ma'am, you handled yourself like military. Care to explain?" She hesitates. "Former Special Forces, left years ago." Ethan turns sharply. "Special Forces?" Maya nods, eyes lowered. "My brother didn't make it back from the last mission. I promised myself I'd never fight again." Serving coffee felt safer. Ethan looks at her, really looks at her, and for the first time in years, something shifts inside him. This woman, working for tips, risked her life for a man she didn't know. "Why'd you do it?" he asks quietly. She shrugs. "Because you were about to die, and because no one deserves to die like that, not even billionaires." He almost smiles. That's kind of brutal honesty. She meets his eyes. Kindness isn't about liking someone. It's about doing what's right when it's hard. If this moment touched you, tap like and help us spread more kindness in the world. Days later, the story explodes across the internet. Waitress saves billionaire CEO from armed attack. Maya becomes an overnight sensation. News reporters flood the restaurant, but she refuses interviews. She doesn't want fame, just peace. Ethan, meanwhile, disappears from the headlines, quietly working behind the scenes. A week later, Maya walks into her shift and stops cold. The restaurant looks different, renovated, bright, new tables, new lighting. Her manager greets her with a smile. "You have someone waiting for you." At the corner table, the same one from that morning, sits Ethan Cole. He stands as she approaches. "Morning," she says cautiously. He gestures for her to sit. "I owe you coffee, the least I can do." Maya hesitates, then sits. "You really didn't have to." "I know," he interrupts softly, "but I wanted to." He slides an envelope across the table. "What's this?" "Something you gave me, a chance to live. I want to give something back." She opens it, a letter of ownership. Her eyes widen. "You bought the restaurant?" "I bought it," he says, smiling faintly, "and I'm giving it to you. It's yours now." Her hands tremble. "Ethan, I can't." "You can," he insists. "You saved more than my life that day. You reminded me that people still care. I'd forgotten what kindness looks like." Tears fill her eyes. "Why would you do that for me?" He exhales, looking out the window. "Because for years I built walls so high that no one could reach me. You didn't break them with money or words. You broke them with courage. That deserves something that money can't measure." For a long moment they sit in silence. Just two people, a billionaire and a waitress, connected not by power, but by humanity. If you're still watching, this moment means something to you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay with us, because stories like this are what keep kindness alive. Months pass. The restaurant now thrives, not as a luxury spot, but a community place. Free meals for veterans every Friday. Scholarships for single mothers. Maya still works there, but now she's the owner. She insists on serving coffee herself. Sometimes Ethan visits, not as a CEO, just as a friend. They talk, laugh, share stories. He listens more now, smiles more. One evening, as the sun sets and the last customers leave, Maya wipes the counter and looks out the window, at the same spot where everything began. She whispers, almost to herself, "Kindness doesn't need a reason. It just needs a moment." And somewhere across town, Ethan watches the news of a new foundation he's quietly built. One funding mental health care for ex-soldiers. Its name, the Maya Project. Because sometimes the smallest act of courage doesn't just save a life, it changes the meaning of one. If this story inspired you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Everyday Heroes. And tell us in the comments, when was the last time kindness changed your day? Because maybe your story could change someone else's life.